The Indianapolis Colts did not beat the Kansas City Chiefs on Sunday, but I don't think this season's lost. We're going to talk about it.
I don't really care about what anybody doing. I'm a monster, the kind they can't ruin. Everybody dies by the ring, don't do it. I don't really care about what anybody doing. I'm a monster, and I'm the kind they can't ruin. I don't really care about what anybody doing. I'm a monster, the kind they can't ruin. Everybody dies by the ring, don't do it. I don't really care about what anybody doing. I'm a monster, and I'm the kind they can't ruin. Hey, tell these motherfuckers that I said nothing. Don't click my buttons. Might accidentally do something. I'm glad I'm
All right, enough of that. So yes, indeed, the Indianapolis Colts fall to the Kansas City Chiefs 23-20 in overtime. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the remaining AFC playoff picture. Now that AFC playoff picture, did I say that? Now that the Colts have lost this game, we'll look at the remaining games the Colts have left. We'll also look around the AFC and kind of the teams that might be competing against us or even beating us. We'll talk about Shedeur Sanders, whose song I almost used in the intro of this, but decided against the last minute. But Shedeur Sanders, a great debut. I've loved Shedeur Sanders for a few years now. So, very excited about that. And then we'll wrap everything up with the top NFL stories of the week. All right, everyone. Welcome. We're going to start with the Colts vs. Chiefs breakdown. All right. How do I put this? For 3 quarters, 2.5 quarters, we had a great game. The Colts had the thing in hand. In the fourth quarter, we collapsed. In the fourth quarter, we let a lot get to us. 4 straight drives with nothing happening on all 4 of those drives at the end really, really did it. Really killed it for us. We thought we were going to make a statement. Instead, you know how this story ended. 23-20 in an overtime loss, but not so fast. You saw the good stuff, you saw the bad stuff, you saw the what the heck stuff. So let's break this down real quick. So, game flows and key stats. Again, 23-20 Chiefs in overtime. The Colts had an 11-point lead in the fourth quarter, 20-9. And then nothing. They were shut out in the fourth quarter and overtime on offense. Big yardage swing. The Chiefs outgained Indy 494 yards and 255 yards and ran 91 plays to the Colts' 50 plays. Daniel Jones went 19 for 31, which isn't that good for 181 yards and 2 touchdowns, no picks. But Mahomes went 29 for 46 for 352 yards with no touchdowns and a pick. And if you had to ask me, and what I think the biggest, other than the fourth quarter woes, the biggest probably problem is running the football. We didn't do enough of it. And the Colts' losses this season had 17 carries, 14 carries, and 16 carries. And 90% of those carries, everybody in the building knows that they are coming. In losses, he still proves he's the most valuable player. Failure to get him the football results in losses, and that's clear. Shane Steichen has come out after the game and multiple times said, hey, I didn't call the game right, blah, blah, blah. Well, you said that the last time that this happened. I could have done some things, right? So what you need to do is look at the pattern. Here's the thing. I'm not an NFL coach, right? I'm not. But it's easy and clear to see that when JT doesn't get his, we don't win. Because our offense runs through him. Whether it's the passing game or the running game, our offense really runs through him. So, we really need him. The Colts' last 3 drives took a total of 3 minutes and 15 seconds on the clock. Jonathan Taylor the NFL's leading rusher, ran the ball one time. You ran the ball one time during that time. That's a problem. As far as receiving yards, Michael Pittman caught a touchdown, his 7th of the season, and that's a career high. For Kansas City, Rashee Rice had 8 catches for 141 yards. On the very first series, Latu had that beautiful tip of the Mahomes pass and the interception. That's his 3rd of the season for Latu. That was pretty much a gimme touchdown there for the Colts. The collapse happened when the Colts went 3-and-out on their final 4 drives. 3 in the 4th quarter, 1 in overtime. It's impossible to win when you can't move the football. It is absolutely, impossible to win a football game that you have to win. This is not a must win, but this is a big marquee game. You controlled this game throughout. They kicked 3 damn field goals. That's it. And then you let up in the 4th quarter. You expose yourself in the 4th quarter. The biggest turning points in this game, first starts with that first quarter interception when Latu picks off Mahomes. And it sets up the little 6-yard catch there for Pittman. I mean, that's beautiful. The Colts look great there. In the late 3rd and early 4th, the drives collapsed. After building that 20-9 lead, the Colts settled for 2 field goals. And then wait, hold on. Did I write that right? Was that correct? Well, I must have wrote that wrong. Hold on. 1 second. I messed that up. I should have said after the 2 touchdowns, they settled for 2 field goals. This is what I was trying to say. I wrote this all wrong. It was last night. So anyway, then on the first drive of the 4th quarter, Kansas City punches in a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. That made it 20-17, and then that really changed everything. Overtime possession disaster. The Colts win the overtime toss, take possession, and get stuffed by Jonathan Taylor lost on a 3-and-out. The Chiefs take over. Big play to Mahomes to Worthy. Game-winning field goal. Game's done. The dagger is in the chest. Well, you don't go for it on that 4th down, which I didn't understand. If you're Shane Steichen and you go 3-and-out and you're playing Mahomes, you're on 3rd down, right? This is for the game. Okay? So, you're 3rd down. You're playing Patrick Mahomes. Okay? You decide not to go for it because Jonathan Taylor gets stuffed on this run, and it's like 3rd and 4, I believe it was. Something 3rd and 5. So you say, we're not going to go for it. Okay, we're going to kick the ball to Mahomes. No. If you're playing anyone else, I'd agree with punting the football. You don't fucking kick the ball to Mahomes with a chance to win the game. He wins the damn game. Especially when your defense is clearly tired and not been playing well in the last couple of drives. So, don't do that, As a Colts fan, you were thinking, we had this up until that point that Kareem Hunt scored that touchdown. And then we were like, the energy was completely drained out of the whole stadium and all fans everywhere. So let's do a little player rating here. I like to do this. We'll rate the players on a 1 to 10 scale here. 10 obviously being great, 1 obviously being a disaster. Daniel Jones gets a 6.5 from me. He was sharp and efficient and accurate early. He delivered 2 touchdowns that really built the lead. But late, under siege from pressure, accuracy dipped, drive stalled, and you need more in the crunch. This is not a good mark on the resume of Daniel Jones. It doesn't look good for people who say he's not good. This makes them look like they know what they're talking about. And you hate to see it because the biggest thing you need from a quarterback is when you need him, he delivers. And if Daniel Jones can't do that, it's going to be a problem. When the Chiefs turned up the heat, he really could not keep pace. It was a little bit of a disaster to watch in the end. I'm not even going to lie to you. Jonathan Taylor gets a 5 out of 10. He was limited. He had 58 yards and 16 carries with 3.6 average yards per carry. The run game didn't take over when the momentum demanded it. In big games, you'd like to see 100 plus from him. You want Taylor to be a game setter, control possession, and that just didn't happen. Whether it was the blocking, which I don't necessarily think it was, whether it was this scheme from Spagnuolo, whether it just was JT, not having the best game. Maybe he didn't get schemed right, but personally, I believe and think that it has a lot. Has a lot to do with the way he was schemed. Just to be honest with you. Michael Pittman gets 7.5. What a great day for Michael Pittman. He got a touchdown. He now has career high in touchdowns. He sparked the offense early. He was really the bright spot in that early beginning of the game there. Latu gets a 9 out of 10 from me. What a great game this was. The interception by him. He had some good tackles. Forced fumble by Franklin and Ward. The defense really had a good game. I'd give the defense overall probably about a 6 out of 10. But late in the game, 4 straight 3-and-outs forced on your offense. Then your offense gives the ball back. Your defense is standing on its head. The Chiefs ground out yardage and momentum. Defense held early, but you can't bail out on offense in the fourth quarter. You can't do it. You can't. This defense has good parts, but it can't seem to come together in the end in the games like this to really make the stop that we need. It happened versus the Steelers. It happened now versus the Chiefs. Special teams and kicking, you can't get too much better than that. I'm going to give him a 9 out of 10. You can't get too much better than that. And Michael Badger went 2 for 2. Can't help, What went right for the Colts and what went wrong? Let's talk a little bit about that. So it was a fast start. We took the lead early. I talked about this. Jesus. I talked about this before the game that we needed to come out early. We did this. We capitalized on a turnover. That really showed us that we could stay poised. We had a balanced attack early with Jones passing and decent running early and the defense making plays. We had that good combination, that good back and forth, and the defense was, we really dominated this game for probably over half of it. We had efficient red zone early. We converted the early turnover for a big touchdown. First half was great. We held them to 3 field goals. That's nothing. But what went wrong? Well, the offense stalled in the fourth quarter. And onward, nothing. No first downs, no time of possession. That kills momentum. The Chiefs' own time of possession, just all together. I don't have it typed out here exactly what the possession was, but I know it was like 45 minutes, like 20-something, I think. Predictability and run game disappearing. When your lead shrinks, you become one-dimensional. And Taylor got jammed up. When you can't run the football, you can't run the football. You're trying to throw that thing down the field constantly. It's silly, but it's what ended up happening. Momentum swings and situational execution. The Hunt touchdown and 2-point conversion really flipped the board. Then gave the Colts give up field position penalties and chunk plays to KC. Penalties were big. This game was also officiated terribly. Both ways, just bad plays. Just bad plays. Either way, the Chiefs ran 91 plays to the Indy's 50. That kind of differential showed which team had more gas. I really believe we got super tired in the end of this game and almost a little bit gave up almost. So what does this mean going forward? I mean, as a Colts fan, this loss hurts, but it's not the end. We're still 8-3, still in the hunt. But the warning flags have indeed been waved. We are waving the warning flags. If you want to go deep this year, you've got to finish strong. When you're leading, keep the pressure on. Keep your foot on their necks. The run game needs to be more of a part of the game. It needs to carry parts of it. Like, in more than just a part of the game. You understand what I'm saying? It needs to carry parts of it. Parts of the game need to be carried by Jonathan Taylor. Keep running the football, man. Offense must deliver in crunch time. That means third down, fourth quarter drives, and converting when we are ahead. Defensively, sure, they make plays, but the next test is, can they hold when the offense isn't clicking? Because elite teams exploit it. Elite teams hold the leads. The elite teams' defenses keep them in the game when they are up. And elite offenses, when you're playing great teams like the Chiefs, continue to score despite, or at least waste time. So you're a Colts fan. That 45 minutes of game was a lot to watch. And then, or easy to watch. The first 45 minutes was very easy to watch, and then it went sour. It stings because we believed it. But remember, you should believe. You should expect better. This was a moment for growth. If you bounce back, remember this loss. Let it fuel you. Let the team use it as a reminder. We can't allow this again. It needs to be understood that this was a mistake, and I think it is. And Shane Steichen really came out after it and said, hey, this was a big mess up. This is a big F up on our part. If you're a fan of a team who doesn't come out and do that, then you understand how terrible that is. How awful it is to have that, to have a team that doesn't. And because I've been that, like for instance, the Colts before Shane Steichen, I felt like that wasn't really their most biggest priority that we won. They wanted to keep the players happy and keep a sense of community, which is great. But as long as you win with that, that's the main issue here. So let us look at the AFC standings. 1 second. Apologize here. As far as the AFC goes, the Patriots are leading the AFC, and the entire league with the best record of 10-2. Broncos follow behind with 9-2, and we are in third place at 8-3. Behind us is the Ravens, who beat the Jets yesterday. And the Patriots beat the Bengals by 6, funny enough. In the whole league, we currently are ranked 4th. 5th, actually. Patriots number 1 going 10-2. Broncos number 2 at 9-2. Rams getting in there at 9-2, and the Bears. So we're still leading the AFC South. And we are doing so by looks like 1 game. Dang, did the Jaguars win? I didn't even pay attention. Where are they at? They did win. Shoot. I wonder who the Jaguars play next week. Let's see real quick, just for fun. That's not good. We play the Texans, so if we beat the Texans and go to 9-3, that'll be fine. But if the Jaguars play somebody they can beat, it's going to be a bit of an issue because they could maybe... Oh, they play the freaking Titans, and then they play us. And then the Jets. That's not good, really. I really hope that the Titans have the best game of their life somehow on Sunday at 1 o'clock. We can certainly beat them the next week. It's still going to be a little bit of an issue, but we'll still beat them, I think. And then the Jets. They beat the Jets. Man, they play the Jets again. Dang. just hope for some losses for the Jaguars and some wins for us, and we should still win the AFC South pretty handily. All right. Let's talk a little bit about Shedeur Sanders. Speaking of teams who won yesterday, what a debut for Shedeur Sanders. I've really liked Shedeur Sanders. Back in college when he was playing for Purdue for Colorado. I'm trying to pull up his stats, but playing for Colorado, it was really fun to watch him, and his father as well, obviously. They have no chance at the playoffs, but where are the stats? I wonder if I can find these stats. My bad. It was right here in front of me. 11 completions on 20 attempts for 209 yards, 55% completion, touchdown, interception, and 1 sack at 87.3% quarterback rating. What a great debut for him. I love Shedeur. I really hope that he does well. I really wanted the Colts to draft Shedeur, but I don't know if we were even available. I think we were, but we didn't. But yeah, do shout out to him. Everyone hates on him really bad for some reason. Really don't know why they do it, but they do, and I think it's very silly. And I think that he's going to be probably, could be up there with the great quarterbacks of our time if he continues to put the work in that he needs to put in. But yeah, so to end this, I'm going to do something a little crazy, and I'm about to right here live on this podcast. I'm going to ask ChatGPT to give me the top 3 NFL stories. I'm going to react to them right now. Hold on. Could you give me the top 3 NFL stories of the week, please?
This week in the NFL, rookie quarterback Shedeur Sanders helped the Browns beat the Raiders 24-10.
I was talking about that.
Gotcha, no worries. Let me give you a quick rundown of the top 3 NFL stories this week. 1, Shedeur Sanders' impact. The rookie QB had a standout performance for the Browns, leading them to a solid win over the Raiders. Injury updates. There have been some significant injuries this week, including a key wide receiver for the Packers being sidelined, which could impact their playoff push. And playoff race drama. With only a few weeks left in the season, the playoff picture is getting tighter, and there's a lot of speculation about which teams will secure their spots. If you want more details on any of these, just let me know.
No, I'm actually live on my podcast. I just wanted to ask, would you think there's one Colts story or NFL story I should share with the viewers? What would you think? Give me one that I can give an opinion on.
Absolutely. One story that could be really engaging for your audience is the whole Shedeur Sanders impact with the Browns.
I've already talked about that, though. Can you pick something different?
Got it. In that case, one engaging story you could share is the Dallas Cowboys' thrilling comeback against the Eagles. It was a tight game, and that comeback definitely had a lot of hype. You could dive into the key plays and what it means for the Cowboys' playoff chances. That should spark some good discussion and opinion from your listeners.
Yeah, go ahead and quit talking and give me an answer and text after this. And thank you. Appreciate that.
Absolutely. I'll keep it brief. If you need anything else, just let me know.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Anytime. Just give me a shout if you need more help.
Anyway, that was pretty interesting. Yeah, Dallas Cowboys did come back and beat the Eagles. I like it. I love the Dallas Cowboys. And I don't love them because of any other reason. I just think that Dak Prescott is. I like him. Let's see what these stats were real quick. I like Dak Prescott, and I really hate the Eagles. So Jalen Hurts threw 289 yards, dang, and 27 for 39. That's crazy. Saquon had 22 yards on 10 carries. Oh boy, that's terrible. Let's see. For the Cowboys, Dak threw 354 yards, 2 touchdowns, and interception. A passer rating of 103.2. That's crazy. That's really good. And then Javonte Williams carried the ball 20 times for 87 yards with a long of 20. That's pretty cool. And CeeDee Lamb had 75 passing yards on 4 receptions, and George Pickens had 9 receptions for 146 yards or 9 targets. That's crazy. But yeah, great comeback for the Cowboys. Appreciate to the old Chat GPT for giving me that topic there. But yeah, that'll do it. Colts lost. It's not the end of the world, guys. I think we'll bounce back. And yeah, it'll be great. Thank you guys. Have a good one.